Tab dash and buzz, streaming flies, dagger lines at the lights. Every night you don't fight, favorite sides, vivid sights, busy shows and escapades. Reggie arcade, pixelated party, lesson day unafraid. Karaoke screams, singing themes, heart and sleeves. Anime dreams, brushing seams, city gleams, dancing screams, endless streams, let's extreme. Saturday gleams, so day gleams, so it seems nothing rings. Raise the channel, riot loud, crowd unbowed, techno sound, pulses pound, dream astound, youth unbound, joy profound, lost and found. Channel raver on the prowl, echoes howl.
Good morning and welcome back. It's another Saturday. Time to go out and play and make some new friends. It's the day where we wander around the interweb and try and find some new tabletop role-playing game channels. And who knows, give them a shout out, help them get a little bigger, or maybe they can in return and help me get a little bigger. I don't know about anybody else of having a good summer Saturday. Me, it's still gloomy and blech here. Now, usually June gloom is in the morning. And then around noonish, it burns off and we get about 2 hours of muggy. And then around 3 to 6 is when it's just amazing. The muggy burns off and you just have those amazing beach summer afternoons, which makes living here worthwhile, especially for people who suffer from my headache issues. We're not having that. Instead, we're having October. So Steve the cat and I are all bundled up and we're ready to make some new friends. And we're starting today with the DM Lair, which I thought I had subscribed to in the past, but I guess I hadn't. The DM Lair has 175k subs, 931 videos. The DM Lair makes weekly videos with information and resources to help game masters run awesome games. I've been gymming on and off since high school, most notably running D&D in various forms, Pathfinder in various form. I run 2 different tabletop role-playing games. My goal is to share the knowledge and experience I've obtained over the years to help other DMs, especially new ones. He's also got his very own Magic magazine. He has some books that he's put out. So yeah, this guy's been around for a while and he's been doing some good stuff. And he should look very familiar to some people. So I don't know why I hadn't had him shouted out before, but okay. He recently got in some trouble for this video because he was talking about Bronstein. Oh, God, it's never going to go away. Bronstein, and apparently he said something about Ginger or Dave. I don't know. But then people are like, oh, blah, 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 Bronstein, Broasar. And other people are like, blah, 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 Harmony Ginger, blah, blah, Bronstein. And some more people are like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, who cares? Look, every time we find a game that somebody says, well, this actually came out before X, somebody else is going to sooner or later find another game and then they're going to say, no, actually this game BFF was right. So is Dungeons and Dragons the first tabletop role-playing game? 90% say yes, 10% say no. Is it the oldest tabletop role-playing game? Well, we have to define tabletop role-playing games, and depending on your definition, tabletop role-playing games date all the way back to ancient Greece. So does it really matter? Why are you giving this guy a hard time? I don't know. I didn't watch it. I guess I have to watch it, but the face should look familiar. So DM's Lair, thank you for being controversial in your lack of controversy. Thank you for making the tabletop role-playing game hobby interesting and fun and cool and giving us something to talk about and shouting out people who maybe don't get another shout out. If you ever want to come onto my channel and let me interview you and talk about the DM's Lair, let me know. And I'm always available to come on your channel and hang out because Lord knows I could use some good press. Anyways, we've given him a like, share, and subscribe. So check out his channel. Check out his stuff. Oh, there's no weird content. Oh, this is a disturbing video if you haven't seen this.
It's a broke mentality.
Yeah, anyways. Thanks, man. Anyways, bam! Moving on. Next up, we have Mike Underwood, author and game designer. Mike Underwood has 558 subscribers, 195 videos. He says, hi, I'm Mike Underwood, aka Turbo Tango, a science fiction and fantasy writer and game designer. This is my personal account for tabletop role-playing games and video game streams. Opinions are here on my own. They, he pronouns. I don't care. Don't care what your pronoun is. Just don't care. Your pronoun can be whatever you want it to be. Don't care. Don't need to know. I'd rather know your name than your pronoun. Am I the only person still who would, let's play, like, I will call you by your name if I remember it. And if I don't remember your name, I'll call you by the name I think your name is, until enough people also call you that name. Remember Gypsy? And if that doesn't work, I'm just going to call you Steve. Why do you call everybody Steve? So I'm never wrong. Every student, when I was still teaching, Steve, male, female, didn't matter. Steve. Why did I call them all Steve? Because that way I didn't have to worry about getting their names wrong. So don't care what your pronoun is, Mike. I'm just happy you're making videos and happy that you have 558 subscribers. Let's help Mike get 1,000. He's got his own Patreon, and he's talking about Daggerheart. He's got a video about Daggerheart. The Daggerheart's going to be a thing for a couple months, I think, guys. I don't think it's going to go away. I think a lot of people are very curious about it. A lot of people are very curious at how it's going to affect the industry. And just saying Daggerheart in a video is obviously going to get you some press right now because it is the flavor of the month. Look at this, 3.86K views. And his previous videos only got like one. Daggerheart 4, 140, 279, 2.8. So yeah, before you mention Daggerheart, you get like 100, 200, 300 videos. After you mention Daggerheart, 3.8K videos because he's talking about Daggerheart and looking into Daggerheart. Now, I've seen a lot of videos. This is actually almost the topic of a separate blog. Seen a lot of videos saying that Daggerheart's good, maybe a little over crunchy. And then I've seen a lot of videos that say it's really, really bad. Now, the videos that have been telling me it's really, really bad are for people who opinion I really respect. So it does appear to be overly complicated, overly virtue signaling, and whatever. But I'm just going to say one thing about Daggerheart, and that's going to be what I've been saying about Daggerheart since day one. It could be the best role-playing game ever made. It could be the worst role-playing game ever made. It doesn't matter. The content of Daggerheart is secondary to how the Critical Role fan base react to it. Moving on. Thanks, Mike, for making awesome videos about Daggerheart. I hope it helps grow your channel. Number 3 is RJ Kerr, C-U-R-R-E-R. RJ Kerr is a professional ghostwriter. Ooh, he talks to ghosts. And a DM. He's been playing D&D since the 90s. And he likes to talk about D&D and storytelling. He's got 843 subscribers, 272 videos. You got 844 subscribers now, RJ Cure. He does videos about stuff, mostly tabletop role-playing game. And then making tabletop role-playing games, maps. And here's something about making a map in a program called Krista. How to write an adventure. He numbers his for some reason. That's cool. Maybe I should start numbering mine. Nah, I make too many. How to write a 5-room dungeon. How to write dungeons for when you need it. Fast adventures. Making monsters. How to make your own D&D monsters. You just take a monster that already exists and reskins it. That's literally how I make all my own made-up monsters. I just take a monster that's already existing and reskin it because I'm lazy. His artwork game is down. His video design is down. He's definitely doing some good stuff. I don't see why he doesn't have more subs. Let's help RJ Cure get more subs. He's a ghostwriter. He talks to ghosts. Ooh, spooky. All right. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, RJ. Did I call him Mike? I'm sorry. It's early. I haven't had coffee. Then we have Big Bad Dungeon. Bum, bum. And he's got Castle Grayskull right there on the cover. And he hasn't gotten in trouble. Big Bad Dungeon has 1.22 subscribers, 46 videos. We roll dice, we tell stories, we have fun, and we want you to join us. Big Bad Dungeon is a tabletop role-playing game, actual play show that plays all kinds of games and tells all kinds of stories. We are a place for imagination and dreamers. We are home for games for everyone. We are fucking rad. And then we have their different links. So it is a live play. And here's one where he's talking about the NPCs in his live play. Here's where he's talking about learning as many role-playing games as you can, as you want. And then some of the various adventures they've run. How's he not gotten in trouble for using Castle Grayskull? I guess it's enough steps away from Castle Grayskull that he's not violating the whatever, or just the people don't care. And then here's some of their role play. Here's some of their other role play. Here's how you can select the different players that are playing on them. Here's something called Dungeon School, where he interviews people and talks about building games. You haven't interviewed me yet. You can interview me. And I could love to interview you if you ever want to come on the channel and talk, blah, blah, blah. So, hey, Big Bad Dungeon, thank you for making awesome tabletop role-playing game content. And thank you for making our Saturday more fun so we can make fun of your Castle Grayskull sticker, because that's what we do. He's talking about 5-room dungeons. Is that a thing again? I thought combat wheelchairs was this week's thing, but I guess maybe it's 5-room dungeons is this week's thing. Or is this week's things just if you're not playing D&D my way, you're dumb? I don't know, man. I haven't really seen any major controversies this week. But anyways, Big Bad Dungeon, congratulations on 1.22 subscribers and 46 videos. Congratulations on making some awesome looking videos and having a live play that actually works. And yes, you can learn as many tabletop role-playing games as you want. How many have I learned over the years? I have lost count. Probably over 100. How many do I actually remember? None. Even the game I'm running now. No, just, but I'm old and I don't have a brain, so I should not be anything that decides it. Anyways, bam! And finally, we can't do this project, as I've been saying since day one. We're on to like 60 or 70 of these now. But it all started because of one person who I saw doing a thing, and I was like, how come nobody's doing that for role-playing? And you've heard this story 1,000 times before, and I say it every Saturday, so yeah. This all started because of VTubers. Now, specifically for me, it started because of Iron Mouse and this wonderful young individual, Project Melody. Project Melody is probably one of the more well-known VTubers. She has been around a very long time, and she is known not only for her goofy VTubing and role-playing game stuff and video games, but her quote-unquote other job, because she's also a lewd tuber, where she does prawn. So she is not only well known for just being her normal VTubing, but for her more adult VTubing, and how she is a champion for things like health and welfare and adult filmmakers and stuff like that. Well, apparently Melody had been missing from the VTubing thing for a while. I hadn't seen her pop up in a month or two. And then apparently it's because she's moved to Japan. So apparently Mel has been out in Japan for a while. I don't know if she's on an extended vacation or she's actually moved 100 times and is planning on living there from now on. I mean, considering her job is VTubing, she could do that anywhere. Maybe it's easier for her to do the VTubing in Japan because it has a more active culture of, technology advancing. I mean, I would think doing the other aspect of her job is actually harder because of Japan's, weird whatever about adult films. Like there's a very active adult film community in Japan, plus hentai, but also anything dealing with that is sort of frowned upon in culture. So I don't know if doing prawn is easier or harder there for her, but I can imagine that doing the normal VTuber stuff, the above the sheep stuff, should be relatively easier because it's just a much more technologically and anime enhanced culture. But anyway, yeah. She'd been gone for a while. She's back. So I thought I'm going to give her a shout out. I've given her a shout out before. Melody is probably the first VTuber I was ever aware of, either her or Code Miko. But the first one I ever actually actively started following was Mouse. Obviously, as you know, Mouse is such a huge inspiration for me. But shortly after her, I started watching Melody's videos or Melody's collabs with them, which then led me to finding out about Centrea, which then led me finding about Hakura, my Canadian Oshi, and Henya and Matara and all the others. So yeah, I'm pretty loyal to VSojo. I followed some of the other VTubers who aren't part of VSojo, but some of them are really good and I really like the stuff they do. Others are really, not really do it for me. I don't know what it is about the culture of the VSojo individuals that just like, these are the people I want to digitally hang out with. So shout out to Melody. Welcome back, Melody. Hopefully you enjoy your time in Japan, whether it is a short period or a long period. There's plenty of wonderful people out in Japan, plenty of exciting things to do out of Japan. I have a few friends who live there. you know, like everybody else at one point in my life, I thought about moving to Japan and living in Japan because it's got all the stuff I like. But not right now. But who knows? Who knows where I'll be a year from now? Me and Steve could pick up and move any day. But I don't know. Now it feels like Japan's just becoming another person moving to Japan. Geez, you're just like everybody else. I don't know. Anyways, welcome back, Mel. Hopefully you're enjoying. Check out some cool vending machines for us and let us know how you're doing. So that's our VTuber shout out for today. Thank you to each and every one of the individuals who take time out of their day to make these channels and share their love for tabletop role playing and geeky, goofy, otaku hobbies, and try and bring a little sliver of joy to the cesspool that is YouTube and tabletop role playing in YouTube. Far too many people are still using this as a format to shit on others and to make videos about how other people are awful, or that their opinion about the tabletop role playing is better than yours, and so these people are still making videos and still having a presence and still influencing. So obviously I haven't done my job. And I don't think, I'll ever 100% be able to make those kind of people go away, because it's just too easy to use the interweb as a way to torment and be a bully and ingratiate your own ego. I'm better than you. I have more experience than you. Every time I open my mouth, I destroy you. And, for 90% of the people who listen to these idiots and go, no, you don't. You are powerless. There's the 10% who do listen to these idiots and do react and do go, oh my God, this guy's shitting on me. He must be right. And that was the whole point of this, to let people know that, no, it's okay. Whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing, however you're playing, I appreciate you. If you are out there trying to be positive and just show your love on the interweb for this hobby, I appreciate you. I don't have to always appreciate the stuff that comes out of your mouth, Genie D, Critical Role, but I appreciate the fact that you're trying and that you're doing it and you're trying to bring positivity and fun to the community. And so that's why I started doing this. Now, obviously, I also did this to bring more attention to my channel. I mean, let's be honest. I've been very honest about that since day one. Sure, I'm at 2,100 something, but there's always room for growth. There's always people out there who I would love to meet and talk with and have on my channel. And there's lots of people out there who I would love to invite me on their channel. And I would love to start playing again. I haven't played a game in a while. So yeah. And unfortunately, the interweb tabletop role-playing game community is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Face-to-face tabletop role-playing is still out there, but I have a feeling more and more people are just going to use this as the method to role play, which is sad. I still think face-to-face is better, but I'm an old curmudgeon, so what do I know? So, yeah. What can I say about this that I haven't already said 100 times? You guys know why I do this. You guys know how I started this. And yeah, as long as people keep sending me links, I'm not going to stop. As always, thanks to my number one employee, Jeff Gamebox, for this week's links. And thanks to the DM Slayer, Mike Underwood, RJ Kruger, Big Bag Dungeon, and of course, Melody, for making tabletop role-playing geeky, goofy, imaginative, fun content on the internet and sharing it with the rest of us. Till next time, have a great Saturday. I'll talk to you later.
Television buzz, screaming flies, hagrid lights at the lights. Every night you fight, favorite sides, vivid sights, baby shows and escapades. Fancy arcade, pixelated party lesson, they unafraid. Karaoke screams, singing themes, heart and sleeves. Anime dreams, brushing seams, city gleams.